Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Thanks for being here today. Hope you're doing well. The topic today for our video is one that I think a lot of people are dealing with and interested in, and that is losing a bit of weight. Now, I know many of us, myself included, gained significant numbers of pounds during the lockdown, and I know still a lot of people are in that situation, and it's really hard. It was hard at the beginning to, to eat healthy, but also to nourish that emotional hunger that we were all feeling, and I know it was so difficult for a lot of people. And so here we are with another 10 pounds on our bodies that we'd like to get rid of, and weight loss plans, diets, they just don't work, and we know that. We're 60 something years old, right? We've done the diets, we've done the new approach to eating. But Julie Dargan, one of our bloggers, is an expert at this, and she's been writing for us now for years, and she's got 8 different ways to make sure that our weight loss journey, because it's a journey, it's not like an overnight thing, is actually going to work. Now, I think that we all know now that there's a psychological element to losing weight that we just can't avoid. That there's a complexity around why we eat and what we eat that has got nothing to do with the actual calories or the nutrients or anything. It's got to do with us and our relationship to food. So, many are moving to a plant-based diet. Many are doing things that are like really healthy in terms of eating, but still gaining weight. Now, I think that the first thing that Julie says, which I think is a good place to start, which is don't wait to sign up for a program. I mean, I know there's a lot of programs out there right now to help you, and some of them seem to be working for other people, and that's great. But I personally don't like to join programs. I think that we have the strength in our own being to do this. But make a cup of tea and reduce the amount of sugar. Just do one little thing at a time. I used to put 2 teaspoons of sugar in my tea, and that's the truth. And now I don't have any sugar, and I enjoy the tea so much more, for one thing. But just get off to a good start by telling yourself that you mean business, that you really are serious about this, and you're going to put your effort into making it happen. And that's the first thing. Just take it seriously. Don't make the changes as part of your lifestyle and not as part of your diet or your list of foods that you put into your body. Have a support system in place. Now, you may think, I can do this myself, I don't need any help, but even if it's a virtual online group, and there are so many groups on Facebook and other places, and also here at 60 and Me, we have a Patreon supporters group, which I only mention it because it's such a unique little group of people. It's a smaller group of women who believe in 60 and Me and are our supporters, but they meet Monday, Wednesday, and have all kinds of conversations about just themselves in a private space. As 60 and Me has gotten more, as bigger and more people, our website reaches 500,000 women, and our Facebook group is 150,000 people, but we've got these smaller group now. Anyway, the point is, be accountable to somebody and get a friend on the journey with you. As I said, even online is okay. I mean, it'd be nice if you could have a friend group that you could walk with, or that you could, do meals, you could share recipes, you could just encourage one another, but it's okay. The third thing that she talks about is to create a meal plan. Take your time to prepare your meal. I don't know what it was, and maybe I'm unique. Is when we were in this kind of lockdown mode, I was eating as if there was like no next meal, and I think a lot of us felt that way. That it was like we were just threatened by the severity of everything, and about how we could just get sick so easily, and how we had to do everything to sort of survive. And I think our bodies just shifted right into that kind of mode. But and when we were shopping, we were stressed, and we tended to go to the things that we knew were going to help us with that stress. And to be honest, I think that was okay. We all got through it. We got through this. We got a few pounds on our bodies, but we can get rid of that. And I think that we had to do what we had to do. And everyone did it differently. There were no rules. Who ever thought we'd have to deal with this? And so no one knew the right answer. We just did it to survive. Now, nibbling is my stress release. I don't even actually, funnily enough, I have nothing on my table except a cup of tea, which is usually I've got some cookies or something here, nuts, lots of things like nuts. But that is my stress reducer. And I know it. I know when and I have another stress connection, which is with money. So whenever I have to write bills or part with some money, I just go back to my childhood self and I just get really panicky and I eat. I always have a cookie or something when I'm doing my bills online. Is anyone else like that? Am I the only person that does that? I don't think so. I think we're in this together. Another thing is to be open to new recipes and new ways of cooking. One thing that I've read in several places now is that if you get into a routine of cooking the same foods every day, your body just doesn't process it the same way, like it just goes right to fat. But if you try new recipes with spices and new ingredients, that your body just can, be excited by new things. And there's lots of recipes on 60andMe. We have a couple of people who are so good at this, and they put all their energy into writing us articles about recipes. Try new things, see what happens. And I think that a point that Julie makes here, which is, I think this is number 5, is don't focus on what you cannot eat. I cannot eat cookies. So then you always want cookies. I cannot put sugar in my tea, and then you always want sugar in your tea. Keep the portions smaller. I've talked about this before, having I don't have right now any large plates. I think I have one platter, but I always use like dessert size plates for my dinner. You don't need that much food on your plate. So smaller serving sizes, don't give up the things you love. Have a chocolate now and again, or have some cake. Cheesecake, it's my favorite. But just don't deny yourself the things that you love. And by focusing on those things, you just blame yourself all the time when you slip up and you enjoy something that you know is not 0 calories. You can only eat cucumbers for so long. Monitor your sleep patterns is the next one that Julie talks about. I think this is really, really interesting. And I knew in my mind from research that sleep does impact your weight because your body is just healing and growing and developing, new cells as you're sleeping. And stress, of course, we know increases cortisol in your body. And your body holds on to its, it increases your appetite, well, for one thing, and then it forces you, this cortisol wants you to eat sweet, unhealthy food. Well, sweet is always pretty much unhealthy unless it's natural sugars. But try to keep a routine. I'm actually in a really good routine right now, and for me, I go to bed about 10. I fall asleep usually about maybe 10:30, 10:45, and I wake up at 5. And for me, for a long time, I kind of fought that, and I would try to go back to sleep till 6:30 or, whatever. But now I just know 10, 11, 12 to 5 is 7 hours if I get to sleep. And I actually think that's helped with my eating habits too. I don't wake up and want to munch on things as much, and combine that with meditation, walking, other social activities, and you've got a really good sleep pattern model. I guess the bottom line here, and Julie says it so well, is it's a journey. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to lose 10 pounds in a week. You maybe use a pound in a week, and then if you lose a pound a week, that's like, well, you could use 50 pounds, I suppose, but you only want to lose 10 or 20. You can do it in a relatively short period of time. And encourage the activity, not the weight loss. So, achieve that you cut back on something, or you were able to eat healthy food, rather than saying, I only gained only lost 1 pound. Look at the activity. I accomplished a week of really good walking and great healthy eating, and that's the celebration, not the 1 pound. So, another thing that Julie does talk about at the very end of her article, I encourage you to go read it. I'll put the link below, because she talks about your thyroid. And she's, I think in her experience, found a lot of women who are dealing with challenges with weight loss are also dealing with thyroid. This is not medical advice. I'm not a doctor. Nothing here should be taken as medical advice ever on 60andMe. I'm just sort of repeating what Julie said, and she is a professional, so you can check out her website. And there's a link, I think, to her in her article. But basically, she has a 5-minute quiz that she put together, and it's like sleep. What was it? I forget what the questions were now, but basically identified the things that were there for you to work on. I get cramps in my legs a lot. I don't know whether anybody else has that problem, but I found that with magnesium, if I increase the magnesium it helps. So that's just, again, not medical advice, just what I do for a supplement. But most people get magnesium, you can get it in plants, you can get it in natural ways. But the point here is that if you've got some things you know, you have shortcomings in your body, go to talk to your doctor. I mean, I know that they've been super busy with COVID and it's really been a struggle for them too, but things are opening and there's telemedicine now, which is awesome. You can do things online. It's a whole new world. But if you have any tips that helped you in your weight loss journey, please share with us. Seriously, I mean, anything that you did that would be helpful. Don't promote any companies or businesses, or don't make any recommendations like you must try this, because I'll just delete those posts. But because we can't make any medical claims or promises or promote medical businesses. But this is always a topic that's a little touchy, because I want to make sure we give you all the information that you need, but at the same time, be thoughtful. So have a really, really great day, everybody. Have a good sleep, eat good food, take good care, and make sure that you do the right things to make your weight loss journey after 50, 60, 70, 80 successful. And thank you, Julie, for the article. I appreciate that so much. And take care of yourselves. Stay safe and well. We'll talk again soon. Bye.